This fucked up movie opens with a lonely ass hello that already feels wrong. Andreas shows up like a normal guy, but this city knows his ass already. They tell him he's expected, and that shit is creepy as hell. The banner is apparently for him, because this welcome is bizarre as fuck. He gets waved inside like this weird ass setup is totally normal. The driver acts proud of the banner, and the whole ride feels cursed as shit. They already have his car in the shop, so this bullshit gets stranger fast. He says he's fine, because apparently polite ass panic is the default. The guy offers the radio, and that tiny ass courtesy feels way too weird. Andreas refuses the radio like he can feel the weirdness leaking in. He asks where they're going, and the answer is home like that fixes the creepiness. They dump him at apartment 42 with keys and a straight up cursed ass smile. The keys land in his hand and this whole move-in feels suspicious as hell. Then they tell him his new job, and the life package gets even weirder. He learns he's an accountant downtown, which is somehow the least crazy shit here. They call it a good firm, and that fake-ass praise lands like bullshit. Andreas asks if that's a problem, like he can still back out. They tell him he'll get used to it, which is a fucking threat in disguise. At work, Andreas says he's supposed to start here, and the office goes weirdly quiet. They butcher his name, and that tiny-ass mistake already screams dead office energy. He introduces himself, and everybody acts polite as hell for no reason. They welcome him like a ceremony, and that shit feels way too rehearsed. Some dude offers gum, because this bland-ass place treats manners like religion. Andreas wants the boss, and then finds out the boss is standing right there. Håvard says hello to Andreas, and the whole introduction feels fucking sideways. They finally shake hands, and the office keeps pretending this shit is normal. Vigdis gets introduced, and Andreas walks deeper into the weird-ass office maze. Ivor pops up too because this workplace is packed with deadpan bastards. Andreas stands there with a fake smile, and that office energy is pure sleep paralysis. He calls it a nice office, like he's trying not to piss off the place. They hand him cash until the bank account exists, which is shady as fuck. Later, the drunk guys start ranting that the booze in this place is fucked. They swear it's watered down or spiked, and that theory is unhinged as hell. One dude says nothing's wrong, which is exactly the kind of bullshit drunks say. He's been drinking all night and still feels clear, which is deeply fucked. He says his head won't go fuzzy, and that terrible-ass clarity ruins the party. Another guy calls him drunk because this sad-ass rant is going nowhere. He admits he spent everything on booze, and that shit is bleak as hell. He says there's no point, which is a nasty little punch to the gut. They mock him for being drunk and philosophical, which is rude as fuck. He's tried everything, and nothing tastes good anymore, which is goddamn tragic. Hot chocolate used to matter, and now it tastes like absolute shit to him. They tell him to shut up, but he keeps dragging that sad-ass point. He says even hot chocolate should smell nice, and that tiny craving sounds heartbreaking as fuck. If this weird-ass bullshit already has you hooked, like and subscribe right now, damn it. He says it's not just chocolate, because the whole world tastes dead as hell. Andreas hears the rant about everything being flavorless, and that shit lands hard. Then the guy drops hot chocolate, pussy, and burgers in one filthy-ass sentence. Andreas asks what the point is, because this joyless world is fucking broken. The guy says it shouldn't be nice all the time, but damn, that's sad. Andreas suddenly yelps in pain, and the whole room snaps to attention like assholes. He's still hurting, and now everybody's staring at him like it's an emergency. They ask what happened, because this awkward-ass moment just got real. Someone tells him he can't just sit there, which is a nasty fucking demand. Andreas snaps not to touch him, because he's pissed and hurt as hell. Harold gets called over, and the office starts fussing like nervous little bastards. They ask again what happened, like repeating it makes the pain less real. Andreas insists he's fine, but that stubborn-ass lie is obviously bullshit. He mutters sorry about all this, and that apology feels painfully small. He calls himself stupid, and that self-trash talk is rough as fuck. He thanks them for the ride because this dude still has manners. He gets another lonely-ass hello, like the city forgot his ass already. Back at work, everybody greets Andreas like he's the office pet or some shit. Someone offers him food, and the whole place keeps acting weirdly sweet as hell. Another coworker shoves cake at him because this office loves passive-aggressive sugar. He apologizes again, and they ask if they can help, like this place is fake. They say it matters that he's happy, which is a creepy-ass thing to hear. They offer him a new computer or chair because consumer bullshit is their love language. Andreas says everything's fine, like he's trying not to explode in this crap office. They ask if he's busy, and the answer is basically no fucking problem. He gets told to just let them know, and the concern feels hollow as hell. Lunch and breaks are free because this place wraps control in soft-ass language. Now he's shopping for a chair, which somehow turns into a bizarre-ass ritual. He picks one, and everybody starts judging chairs like this shit is life or death. They argue about comfort, and the whole room turns into furniture nerd hell. Not all the chairs are good because apparently even office furniture has drama. One chair looks cool as fuck, but it also hogs the whole damn room. They say it can't sit in a corner, like furniture now has boundaries. Another chair gets considered, and this shit is somehow way too serious. He worries it looks too casual, which is an absurdly classy-ass problem. They like the casual style, and now the chair debate gets even dumber. They decide a minimalist chair would fit because this office loves neat-ass nonsense. Choosing furniture turns into a full damn life crisis, and nobody blinks. Someone asks about tonight and Andreas says he's free like a lonely bastard. They invite him to dinner and that tiny ass kindness feels almost dangerous. He gets told he's welcome because this city keeps pretending it's warm. Something's wrong but the answer is no, which is classic fucking office lie energy. They ask about the new girl and the whole room turns nosy as hell. She's doing better than expected, which is the kind of fake ass praise they love. Andreas says he sells kitchen interiors and that job sounds weirdly specific as fuck. They call it interesting because this place thinks every boring job is holy. They ask what he does at night and now the gossip gets spicy as shit. He says he takes an interior design class and of course these bastards love it. Interesting again because nobody here has a fucking original reaction. He asks her out to a concert and the invite lands like nervous ass hope. She says that would be nice and that tiny yes feels huge as hell. He says good like he just won some dumb little emotional jackpot. They toast goodbye and the scene is awkward as fuck in the best way. He gets to the house and this rundown ass place still looks full of possibility. She calls the neighborhood nice, while the house itself looks broke as hell. She's redecorating alone and that lonely ass detail hits way too hard. He walks her home and gets thanked because this date is barely holding together. He says goodnight like a shy bastard and it almost works. Then she invites him in and that shit is flirting with a capital F. He gets a good job pat on the back like he's a damn school kid. They argue over whether the color is azure or coral, which is absurd as fuck. The colors look beautiful and everybody acts like paint is sacred shit. He's sure it's azure, but the answer is maybe because nobody here commits. They say the manufacturers probably named the colors, which is boring ass logic. Andreas hears that and just goes with it because this debate is dumb as hell. One shade is another company's shade and now color theory sounds like bullshit. They declare the bathroom important, like this is a fucking holy room. Someone says the kitchen matters most, which is a hell of a house fight. But they're team bathroom because priorities are messed up as fuck. They ask what he thinks and now he's trapped in the weirdest poll ever. Andreas says the bathroom is important because he's learned to survive this shit. He gets asked his name again and the whole room stays weirdly sharp as hell. He hates the white living room because that sterile ass color feels like a prison. He couldn't sleep and that dead ass insomnia is starting to bite. He says he had a strange dream and now the weirdness gets even louder. Andreas was in it with the corner shop guy, which is bizarre as shit. He gets told the priming takes time, like this creepy ass world is being built. Then he mentions a huge moose and that nightmare sounds unhinged as hell. He begs them not to talk like that because the dream is freaking him out. Andreas says he doesn't like it and now the room feels extra fucked. He asks them to stop because the whole conversation is crawling under his skin. They say there's still a lot left to do, which sounds like damn construction hell. Andreas gets called again because the apartment bullshit is far from done. Someone asks about putting a bathtub in the bedroom and that is wild as fuck. They want to knock the wall down because privacy is apparently optional shit. He says that could be nice, which is about as hesitant as it gets. They show him rattan furniture in a magazine and the home makeover gets goddamn weird. They ask if rattan would be nice, like this is some luxury cult. Andreas just says yes because fighting this shit seems impossible. He looks for tea bags and the little domestic chaos feels weirdly intimate as fuck. No tea bags because Andreas is a coffee man and apparently proud of that shit. He offers to get some, which is dumb sweet in this dead city. They tell him there's no need because this place hates simple kindness. Andreas asks Ingeborg to the movies and that shaky ass move finally lands. It doesn't have to be the movies, which is peak awkward romance bullshit. She says they could do that and his hope spikes like crazy. Ann-Britt is on the line and this whole situation just got messy as hell. She says she'll be late tonight and Andreas gets shoved into lonely ass dinner plans. She's running errands downtown, which sounds normal until you feel the bullshit underneath. He says okay and hangs up because this relationship is running on fumes. Bye then, and that tiny ass goodbye feels colder than it should. He walks her to the door because this whole night is still polite as fuck. He says the film sucked and that brutally honest shit is kind of sweet. She says it wasn't that bad because now they're both pretending hard as hell. She asks if he's bothered by her living with someone else, and fuck, that's loaded. He says they've done nothing wrong, but his ass sounds unsure as hell. She asks what if they did something, and now the tension is nasty as fuck. He says it doesn't bother him unless it bothers her, which is painfully nice. She says unless it bothers him, and this awkward ass dance keeps going. He says he should go to bed because both of them are exhausted as hell. It's late and work waits tomorrow like a boring fucking execution. He asks if he can see her again, and that shit finally gets honest. She says yes, and that tiny ass yes feels like a huge win. They should get back to work because this affair is now office bullshit. He waits so nobody sees them together, which is sneaky as fuck. They keep the secret because getting caught would be a damn disaster. He asks if it wouldn't be nice not to hide, and damn, he's right. She offers cake again because this weird ass office thinks dessert fixes life. He says yes because free cake is still free fucking cake. Andreas drops the bomb that he met someone else and shit gets real. He says it's another woman because this breakup is about to sting hard. She asks why and that single word hits like a damn knife. He says he fell in love at work and that accidental ass honesty is brutal. She says they were happy and now the room feels like shit. He says they were, but then love happened because emotions are assholes. He tells her he's leaving and the whole relationship just folds like crap. They're having guests Saturday, which is a truly cursed-ass parting detail. He says he hasn't found the exact time because even dumping someone needs scheduling. She asks if he'll be gone before Saturday, and that's cold as fuck. He can stay until then, because this breakup still needs one last shitty week. Ingeborg's name hangs in the air like a lonely-ass ghost. He calls again, and that silence is starting to feel fucking awful. Andreas shows up at her place, which is bold as hell and kind of desperate. She asks what he's doing there, because surprise visits are cursed as fuck. He tells her to come down, like he's got some huge bullshit